Okay, so I've been making so much content lately that it's like there's so much energy coming out of me and messages and downloads, and I've never had this much information come through me at one time, like not in a long time, because I was in hermit mode for a minute, and like when you don't use it, you lose it kind of thing, you know? So anyway, I've been doing like all these readings, I've been writing poetry, we've been channeling for clients, I've been doing live streams, like all this stuff, and I can't even stop getting downloads. I am getting so bombarded by spirit, okay? And today, it's like the craziest thing ever. I started actually feeling for the first time like that my karmic twin flame, my false twin flame, that he actually like really, really loves me. It was the first time in the whole time I've ever really known him in 3.5 years that I believe he loves me. Actually, it's almost 4 years. Wow, yeah. Yeah, like March of 2019, and I believe now he loves me. Like, it's so crazy. But there's a lot of masculine energy that's coming in for the collective right now, and it's triggering your divine feminine nature to heal everything. Like, everything, okay? Like, you have to heal everything, and it's too much. It's too much at one time. Mainly what I'm healing right now is like letting things just happen for me and not needing to force something to happen, you know? Um, and I know that that's what the collective is going through. Divine feminines, you've been asked lately to pull your energy back and just give it to yourself, and your divine masculine can certainly feel that, okay? And that's what like really is triggering me, because he hadn't been chasing me in love. He'd been chasing me in codependency. And now there's all this like, wow, like I don't know, like very loving energy coming in. And I cried over him today. Like, I forgot how much I loved him. We'd been hating each other so much over 4 years. Like, we had so much karma we had to pay off between us, like all the black magic, the flies, you know what I mean? Like, he was stalking me and harassing me in dreams. He's into divination, like he's in a coven, so like the boy knows a shit ton about a shit ton. And I never thought I could forgive him, like ever, for causing me to have so much loss. He was sending me a lot of psychic attacks, and I never thought I could forgive him, let alone see him in a positive light. And today I actually saw him in a positive light. And that was when I really knew the reason I couldn't let new love into my life was because I was holding on to him in my heart space. And I forgave and I let go. So now, like, more of my heart is available to whoever I give it to in the future, you know? But there's also like this catch-22, and this is where I think so many of us, we don't want to forgive because we know we have to, it ultimately leads to us forgetting. And that's just it. When you've been abused for a really long time, you don't want to forget. The forgetfulness is actually what allows you to take them back, and you're like, that's not healthy. That shouldn't be the case. But there's also a higher version of him that I know I would be manifesting, and I definitely feel, there'd have to be. There's absolutely no way that I'll ever be able to be with anyone ever again if they're not vibrating at the same level as me. But this was just so shocking. Like, I got this overwhelming love for him. I love him. Like, all of a sudden, I'm thinking about, like the good times that we had, which, I don't know, it's probably stupid, but there's also this energy of, like, I kind of want to just think positively about the guy. I've been telling you guys for so long, I keep trying to send him to prison because of the black magic that he did on me and all the pain and stuff, but truth be told, I don't want anybody to suffer. I don't want anybody to have pain. I don't want anybody to be in prison. You know what I mean? Like, truth be told, I'm just angry. I'm just angry as a divine feminine at how bad it was, Like how bad my whole life has been. And sometimes I think you just want somebody to blame, and I want to blame him and send his ass to prison. But if I think about what prison is like, I don't want anybody there. I've been in a prison of my own making. I don't want to send anybody to prison, especially a man I love. So all of a sudden, I have these feelings for a guy that just really, really hurt me. Spiritually speaking, I am so grateful for it though. He, when I met him the month after I died. I had a near-death experience. I met him the following month. And it was so bad. It was so bad. The karma we had to pay off, the astral projections that we had, there was a lot of interference. I truly do believe there's an element of alien love bite in our connection, which I've talked to you guys a little bit about on my journey about alien love bite, what I think it is. It's hosted by some dark nefarious forces that are trying to keep real twin flames apart. So they put you together using artificial dreams and these predestined dreams, trying to convince you and this false karmic twin flame that you are bound by your soul. It's not really your soul that's binding you. It's, energy cords, it's attachments, it's codependency, it's toxicity, it's addictions, past life karma, it's all that stuff. It's not your soul binding you to. A soul doesn't need to bind itself to anything. If you find your true twin flame, you're finding your true soul. There is no magic needed for that. All you need to know is your true self. Who is your true self? You will find your twin flame when you find your true self. So, anyway, until I pulled away last week, about the last week, I've been pulling away from all masculines. And what's so strange is this is just how it started working out for me. There are so many women doing this right now, but for me, what triggered it was doing subliminals to get over my ex. I started listening subliminals, get over him subliminals. It worked. Within a matter of 2 days, I was already almost over an obsession that I had on my divine masculine. And this is just one aspect for me, because I have so many people coming to me saying, I can feel spirit pulling away. I can feel spirit helping me get away from him. It's so weird how it's just night and day difference. And I'm reading comments by people and they're just yeah, I'm so over him. It's last straw. It's over. And this is just so shocking to me, because so many of us ladies, we were so addicted to the chase. And we were addicted to them. We were addicted to the need to be addicted to something. And anyway, I've pulled back in the last week from my divine counterpart. And now all of a sudden, because of that, I think he's a karmic soulmate from the past. I don't think he's my real true twin. I don't believe so. I'm not sure anymore. I'm having a very hard time discerning. Anyway, I guess it doesn't technically matter. Love is love. It doesn't matter. I don't really care about labels so much anymore, but I have never been this confused ever in my life. All of a sudden now his energy is once again around me, and it's okay. I don't know how I feel about that, because in the past, it wasn't good. Okay? So in the future, it might be bad. I'm not sure, but regardless, I'm actually kind of wondering if this is a last attempt. I'm shifting, I'm ascending, and so I think there's one last hurrah. It's the universe's way of getting me to close out a cycle for good and move on. But yeah, I just never really thought of him like this before. Never, not even in the 4 years that I've known him did I feel about him like this. All of a sudden, I kind of just enjoy like thinking about him. I even looked up his YouTube channel, which I hadn't in a while. I don't care really that much. I don't look it up, but he's a musician, and there was like a part of me that really wanted to know if he'd ever made a song about me, or if he ever thought about me, you know? I looked and there was nothing there, but sometimes, I don't know, I don't know. I really don't know. It's like leaving behind something that you love, but you know it's not great for you. But it's like, you love it, you know? But you love it, and you know that deep down it loved you too, but you have to leave, you know? You have to. I wish it were easier. It's not easy. It's not easy, and it's like, because I'm doing more readings, I'm helping more people, I'm enjoying meeting new people on live streams, I'm talking with more clients, I'm meeting new friends. It's like I'm getting more social, and so all of this energy it's being stirred up and it needs to be expressed. And I guess one of the things that kept me from experiencing new things was him. I can honestly say, like, I've never loved anybody deeper. Like, really. Really. I just don't even know how I can, like, move on, because just, like, there's a hole there. It's not like he ever filled the hole. There's just a hole because of knowing him. He never filled the hole. He didn't make my life better. He didn't really. He made my life worse. And I don't want to feel bad anymore. I want to break free. I want to go home. I want to feel happy again. And I can't feel happy like this, so I just feel like the Divine Feminines are healing a lot right now, and it looks like a big purge, and it's not attractive. I'm sorry, this isn't like the prettiest I've ever looked in my life. I can't help it. I have like all of these emotions coming to the surface, and it's like, I just feel so many of you Divine Feminines, you understand. You're experiencing the exact same thing right now. You're being tested by the universe. It's not like God is dangling a carrot in your face to punish you. They're just trying to see, like, do you want to go back? Because you have free will. Do you want it? You know? And I think what I keep doing is I keep glorifying all the good that was there, but, like, not really remembering so much the bad. You know? That's the dangerous thing. That's a dangerous asset of an empath. And a very highly forgiving woman. That's a dangerous thing to have. The ability to forgive and forget. Oh God. That's dangerous. So I can say honestly though, he doesn't deserve to rot in a jail cell. He doesn't. I might have wished that on him a few times. And I'm very powerful as a manifestor, so I know that shit could happen. But like, he doesn't truly deserve that. You know? Deep down, I think he thinks he deserves karma, so I'm sure that's what he believes in his reality he deserves. So whatever, if it happens, it happens, but I just don't want to be that vindictive. I don't want to be that spiteful. I don't want to be that girl that's holding on to that anger and resentment, you know, and the bitterness. I love him. I love him. I have true unconditional love for him. And I don't want him in pain, you know? I don't want anybody in pain anymore. I just want the pain to end. I just want peace. And I haven't had peace in a really long time. I just want to go home. Like, I don't know where home is, but I'm not there yet, you know? And I know it's within us, right? Heaven is within us. And I guess I can't find it because I have to remove everything that is not us. And with him, he's very much karmic, so he's not aligned on my path anymore. He's not going with me. Even though I've never loved anybody more. And I know he has true unconditional love for me too. And I remember I had a dream recently with my divine masculine and his ex-girlfriend. And she gave me a hug in the dream because she loves him unconditionally and he loves her unconditionally. And so she hugged me as like a send-off, you know, basically saying, I bless you two, and I want you to be happy together. And in a way, it's all love now. There's no feeling of resentment. There's no bitterness at this level anymore. You can't withstand these higher frequencies if you're holding on to resentment and grudges. Yeah, he did really shitty things to me, my ex. Whose ex didn't do shit to them, you know? Like, whose ex didn't sabotage things and cheat and, you know what I mean? Like, we all lived under the veil of consciousness. We all did shit that we shouldn't have done with people we shouldn't have probably done it with. And I just don't want to hold on to this for the rest of my life. I want to be happy, truly. I want to know what happiness is for the first time in my life. And I can't be happy like this anymore. Wondering if he'll always just like show up when I'm happy. To ruin my day, to rain up my parade. This is where you look the devil in the eye and you say, fuck off. He's not the devil, but that fear is the devil. That fear that someone can take my happiness and my joy away. That right there is the devil. He's not the devil. He might have worked for the devil a lot of time, for the whole 4 years basically, but he's not the devil, and he doesn't deserve to suffer. And I send him blessings. I hope that one day he finds true love, and I hope that he heals himself and heals the world, and he's a starseed too. He knows who he is. He knows where he came from. He knows where I came from. We're both starseeds, my ex and I, and we just really wanted to help humanity, and we wanted to do it together. But we can't do it together because I never put energy and my conscious awareness on a timeline where he and I would have been together. No, I put so much emphasis on him being a douchebag. So I didn't feed a reality where we would be in union. I fed a reality where he's stalking me, harassing me, hacking me. You know what I mean? And I, back then, didn't know that everyone is you pushed out, so I didn't realize it was within me. He was acting that way because I see him that way. At a soul level, I wanted to see him that way because he'd rejected me. When I finally divorced my ex-husband and I found him, I reached out to, again, this guy. After my divorce, I said, hey, I followed through with it. Like I told you I would. I was not happy in that marriage. I was already filing for divorce. And I said, I'm leaving him. He didn't believe me, but I said I am. And ironically enough, I reached out to him and said, I'm divorced. And he said, it's really unfortunate. I just met someone and it's pretty serious. And we're just not going to be what I think you think we're going to be. And I hated him. I hated him so bad. Of course, we only spoke, maybe like a week or so. It was nothing big. And I said, okay, well, there's nothing I'm going to be able to say to change your mind, so I guess it's over. And he agreed. We went our separate ways. And then I started getting attacked psychically. I had all this black magic come at me, which was him. He was sending it, but that's because I'm pretty sure he was thinking about me while with a karmic partner, and that's a lot of magic. There's a lot of energy built up towards someone, and it started coming at me. I would see flies and rodents and flying insects and like the craziest fucking things, and the synchronicities and the dreams. And I had literally a witch come to me, a person I've never met before, and she was telling me that she had a dream where right after I posted something about how energy harvesting was happening, I could feel what I thought was alien forces siphoning my sexual energy in the astral plane. And sure enough, this lady contacted me and said she just experienced what she thought was spirit telling her that it was nefarious forces attacking me. And I then had another girl just a couple weeks ago send me another email saying that she had me in a dream too, and she was telling me there's this guy outside my house stalking and harassing me. It's like that happened days after I had a dream as well where he was stalking me outside. I can't go back to that. I don't deserve to experience that. That fear, I don't ever want to feel that way again. But of course I love him. He's a man who got caught up in some really evil shit. I would never condone it. So after we split up, after my divorce, I experienced all this psychic warfare. I went to go start my business, and it really didn't take off like it should have. I was experiencing so much darkness. And ironically enough, I met my true twin flame later on. I met him in 2022 during the 222 portal, and who I believe is my true divine masculine. I'm pretty sure. I'm still waiting on confirmation. I'm still waiting to know, but whatever. Point is, I met a new person, and the next month, my ex showed up. He contacted me out of the blue and was basically saying all the right things, and it was a test from the universe. I knew it, and so I ended that real quick. Within a day, I'd already said delete my phone number. I don't want to ever talk to you again. And then I changed my phone number twice, so he doesn't have my number, and at least I don't think so. At least I hope not. But yeah, and I've just been battling this for so long that I feel alone. I feel like all these readings now, they're showing me that I was right about all of it. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. Where were you 3 years ago? Where were all these witches emailing me like a year ago saying, hey, you're not crazy, Jenna. You're not crazy. This shit's happening, right? And I'm not saying I'm not grateful for you ladies. I'm so grateful. But it's like, God, what I would love to be is a beacon of light for people who have been in this dark night of the soul, and you've been attacked by some demonic forces, okay? This is what I think I was meant to experience so I could teach about it and stuff, but it's like, I can't teach about it. I can't even talk about it without crying. Because I still love him. God, this is not healthy. It's not healthy. And I feel almost like, I don't know. I feel just, I don't think I'm ever going to get over him. That's what it feels like now, And I had yet another witch confirm for me that he and I bound ourselves with some sort of ritualistic ceremony in a past life, because obviously he's into the occult, I'm into the occult, and in a past life we bound ourselves using some sort of bones and a ritual. And I remember when I went to go cancel this. I've done unbinding spells. I went to go cancel it. I had to start actually channeling in that language to undo it. In whatever native tongue that was that we bound ourselves together in, I had to start channeling that at a soul level. I remember I was in bed, it was like maybe 11 o'clock at night or something, and all of a sudden I felt the Holy Spirit like channel through me. I felt like I was speaking in tongues. Well, I was speaking in tongues. It wasn't feeling like it. I felt like I had to start saying something. So I started just opening my mouth, and before I knew it, I got all these images and these pictures in my mind's eye about things I was doing in a past life with this guy. And I started speaking with, the most power I've ever felt come through my solar plexus. I started channeling this language, and it was light language, it was light codes, and it was to break this spell. One of the things that we did was make it so that we couldn't actually unbind ourselves until we were high enough vibrationally to be able to channel that light code. So I couldn't actually unbind myself from him until I was awakened enough to be able to channel. Isn't that fucking crazy? So yeah, I did that and I felt so much better, and it's basically stopped after that. It was bad for like maybe a month after, but overall it's been like progressively getting better and better and better. And now it doesn't really affect me anymore. The black magic itself, it's dying out. It's dying out. Now I'm starting to see him as a man, not as a devil. He's no longer a demon. He's just a guy. He's just a guy with a guitar that got so caught up in the wrong shit. And I love him. And I'll always love him. And I thought for the longest time, like, he's the only person that will ever be able to understand me. Listen to what I talk about. It's so scary to talk about this stuff out loud in front of people, because not only can I be judged for this, but I do this for a living. Like, there's this point where it's like I can never go back to a 9-to-5. Like, this is just like, it's at this point where you're like, you have to jump all in. Like, this has to be your life now. And I don't like that this has to be my life. I don't want to talk about this stuff in public, in front of people. Like, I don't want to be that weird girl that talks about Lord of the Flies and possession and demonic stronghold and like channeling. And I don't. I want it to be normal. I just want to have like a normal life. Like, maybe work as like a dog groomer or something, There's just like certain things you can't do anymore. And I know some of you might be like, well, why not? Why not? Well, going back into the environment like that after being this sensitive, having seen all of this, being in hermit mode for 4 years, I was just alone. Technically speaking, 11 years. I went through my awakening journey 11 years ago, and I've been basically a hermit ever since. And you go so deep into the universal truths that you become so sensitive to energies. Not even just like human energies, otherworldly energies too. And I don't have anybody to talk to about this stuff. Like, I'm so grateful for the women that come to me on my channel, but and I am so grateful, and I love you ladies. Like, you have made me feel so safe, and I thank you. But it would just be kind of nice to have someone that you can like rely on every single day who gets it, and I thought that was my ex. I thought that since he's the one that dabbles in the occult and he's very much well versed in the secrets of magic, I thought he and I are destined. We're going to be forever. It's just going to have to be that way. There's no men on the planet like him. That's what I convinced myself. And then I met this new guy, and he blew that out of the water. This new guy is he's afraid like me though. He's a healer. an earth angel for sure. He does Reiki. Oh my God, he studies angels, and he knows it's a spiritual warfare. Like, this man is so woke, it's crazy. And we talk about like the coolest stuff. Archangel Michael, and he believes also that he's very much an earth angel. Like, he believes he's a starseed, and we have all this great conversation, but then I'm like, there's something missing. That something missing is like, I feel around him, he only can see my light. Like, what I liked about my ex is, it feels like Vampire Diaries. Remember when Elena, I think is her name, she loved Damon. Damon. I can't remember. I think it's a play on words for demon, but she loved him, right? But he was like the quote unquote bad guy. He loved her shadow and she loved his, and it was like, there's just these two aspects. It's like, one is light, one is dark, you know? I just don't know how unconditional love works. I don't know if it works. I don't know if it's real. I'm scared that it's not. I'm scared that the only one that could love my shadow is the one that lives in it. Like, I'm scared that this new guy, or any new guy I talk to, you know, any new friend I talk to, that they can only handle like the goody side, you know? Not like the part of me that is scared and wants to run away. And the evil side of me, you know, the part that says, fuck humanity, I don't give a shit, you know? The part that wants to drink a fifth of vodka today. Like, what about that, you know? I just feel like this new guy helps me grow so much. But like, what if I don't want to? I liked being alone. I liked how my ex never committed and never wanted to commit. I liked that. I liked that there was this comfortability in his energy is around me, so nobody can get close to me because he kind of owns me. There's like a possessive nature there, and I liked that. I liked that I could just be on my own, do my own thing, be in my own frame, my own energy. But then you start healing and you do cord removal, and before you know it, you're healing, and you don't even know that your heart has mended itself until you fall in love. And you didn't even mean to. You didn't even know it was possible. You didn't even know your heart was healed. And then it's like, wait, what now? Commitment? What do you mean? Like, someone else living with me, or being with me, or marrying me, or talking to me? What do you mean? What do you mean? For 11 years I've been alone. I was married, but I was still alone. It's like, what do you mean? I don't even know if this new guy knows that I have a shadow side. Like there's something about it that just seems, I'm so scared. Because he's so fucking perfect. I mean, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. He's just fucking flawless. The dude doesn't have one flaw. I mean, he's just so angelic. And I love him. But I also love my ex, because my ex is the opposite. He's like way more dark and mysterious and like edgy, and like I could really have my addictions. I could have comfortability in that, you know? I could settle. I don't need to grow. I don't need to heal. He would never require that of me. We could just have fun doing absolutely nothing all day long and just enjoy life. And I want that. I want that. I kind of do. And I'm ashamed to admit it, but I'm a human. I want to admit what is true. I like that, you know, Elena loved Damon and Damon loved Elena, and it was just like their thing. That was just like the bad boy image, and I understand why so many women are into bad boys. I get it. It's an itch to scratch, and it feels good when you do. Sometimes it feels so good that you don't even want to leave. And that's why they say good guys finish last, right? I feel so bad for the good ones, the good guys. Because they bring so much of our shadow out, and we run from our shadow so often that to be around a man like that is triggering. What if he doesn't like who I am? What if he can't accept, like, me? Me, really. Like the girl who's like, fuck this. And the girl who's like, I love my ex and I want to go back to the past. And the girl who's like, I want to drink a fifth of vodka today and I want you to say shit about it. And what about the girl that like eats 3,000 calories in one sitting on a day when she's binging on chocolate? What about that girl? Like the girl that is like a fucking mess and yet needs help. I've never seen unconditional love before. I've seen it when I give it. I've never seen it applied to me. Is it truly possible that this new guy could feel this way about me? Is it? I don't know. I'm really hoping to one day find out, so maybe I can help you ladies in the same way, you know? Maybe you're going through the same thing. You're asked to leave your daemon and go on to this really sweet, kind, generous guy who's like a freaking angel walking amongst humans, right? The man heals by just speaking. He's beautiful. He's really beautiful. Everything about him just like melts me. He's incredible. Really, I've never seen anything like it. The telepathy that we have, it's insane. It's insane. I will say this one thing. I have never, ever, like ever in a million years experienced telepathy with my ex. Ever. Like, we never had telepathy. Like, I don't know if that's just because we were in low vibrational bullshit, and that's probably why. But I do find it very odd that I met this new guy, and within like a month, we were having our telepathy activated. Like, even after we parted ways, like it was still kind of slow. It was slow coming in, but like the telepathy was never there with my ex, ever. Like, if anybody were going to ask, like, how do you know if it's your twin flame? I don't know yet. I'm not sure. I wish I could figure it out. But I would say that I'm pretty positive telepathy has something to do with it. Like, if you're not experiencing that telepathic bond over continents, thousands of miles away or whatever, I don't know, man. I would say keep looking, because when you get the telepathy, I'm telling you, this will be, you know what they're thinking. You finish each other's sentences. I remember he and I were talking and we were texting each other, and I said something in my head just to see what he would say. And I said it, and I remember, I will never forget this moment. I just wanted to see if he would even hear it. And I remember he sent like this emoji, and it was like a mind explosion emoji. And I was like, no shit. He's like, yeah. Wow. I was like, nuh-uh, you didn't hear that. And he's like, yes, I did. Oh my God. I had said, I love you. And I was just like, I just wanted to see if it was real. And it just like blew my mind. It blew his, but I was like shocked that it blew my mind, because I was trying to do it for scientific reasons. Anyway, he was like, yep, we're very much in sync in this conversation right now. Because I was like, what did I say? I was like, yeah, we're vibing right now. He's like, yeah, this whole conversation is basically just, we're in each other's brain at this point. it scared the shit out of me, man. It scared me so bad. I was like, who the fuck are you, bro? Who are you? How did you get in my life? And how can I run from this? Like, what can I do? And what are you gonna do? Like, run from your own soul? If it is what I think it is. Which right now, I'm not sure. But I will say, the one thing that this connection has that the other connection didn't is telepathy. Being able to comfort and console him at 3 a.m. too when he's up in the middle of the night. Like, one thing I've been noticing is that he'll wake up from some sort of horrible dream, and I'll wake up at that same time, and then I'm like, what the actual fuck? Like, what is going on? So I get my ass up out of bed. I walk over to the table and I start throwing some cards. I ask my guides to tell me what just happened, and it always stems around him. And so at 3 a.m, I'm sitting here telepathically trying to calm this guy down. Like, thousands of miles away. And I'm trying to just like, shh, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. By the end of it, I've calmed him down. It feels a lot better. And I can get some rest and he can get some sleep. But you really get to this point where it's like, you have no other choice but to help them. Because you guys are so connected. Good luck. Good fucking luck trying to disconnect that. And that's I can't, there's nothing else though, really, that this connection has that the others didn't. Telepathy is the only thing. So, I mean, the dreams were pretty intense with my false twin flame. Dreams were always intense and super sexual with him. So, the lucidness of it, it's kind of all the same, except for there's so much more love in these dreams. It's love. It's not codependency. I remember in a dream I had about a couple months ago, I was traveling to go see my false twin flame, and we were so addicted to each other that in the dream, when I even got around him, his vibe was so low that I literally blacked out of the dream. Like, I didn't get to remember parts of the dream because I think that something was going on, something nefarious was going on. Again, I really do believe in dark forces affecting true twins, keeping them hooked to people in the past, convincing them that they were twin flames. I think it's all bullshit. I really do. So anyway, that dream was like really intense because all I remember was seeing his bed, and then boom, the rest was blacked out. And then I woke up the next morning and I was like, what happened? What did we do? What did we do? Exactly. That right there is a telltale sign, okay? That something nefarious is going on. If you can see that you were in their bedroom, but like you don't know what happened, it feels like something bad took place there, you know? And I'm not saying it was him. I just know that there are dark forces out there too. There's not just good forces. And that kind of thing never happens with this new guy. Ever. He is just so sweet. Oh my God. Like, the most romantic person I've ever met in my life. He's so dreamy. So sexy. This man is like, he's so romantic. And he gives me these hugs in dreams. And oh my God. Like, his hugs could cure the world of every disease, I'm telling you. It's glorified, these hugs. And we have like the best conversations. And it's just, he'll like tell me things in dreams too. Like he'll overemphasize what's really going on with him at the time, share all of his secrets with me, which is so cool. It's an honor, really. It's an honor for me to be there listening to him, but ultimately, it hasn't happened since we stopped speaking. We had our separation, our second separation in December, and yeah, we've not been speaking since then. Nah, we had one dream after we stopped speaking, and it was him giving me a Christmas gift, which is the only Christmas gift I received this year. It was so beautiful. And It just meant so much to me. And it came to me via him in the astral plane, and it was very nice. And then it's pretty much the only one I remember. And then our telepathy has been off. I hated him. I hated him for abandoning me, but he never really abandoned me. He's never abandoned me. He's paying off his karmic debt, and I'm paying off mine. We have to leave things behind. You can't be in full twin flame union unless you have your heart is as light as a feather. Like, you're not going to be able to come into harmonious union if you are still weighed down by the past. So we're both dealing with things from the past right now. Hopefully one day we get to be together. I miss him a lot. He's such a cool guy. By far my favorite person on the planet. But I'm so lost right now. I'm so confused. I'm just going through so much heart pain. I feel so alone. I know I'm not alone. I have beautiful earth angels in the form of divine feminines reaching out to me, telling me I'm not alone. You are praying for me. My guides are praying for me. My ancestors are here. Like, I'm not alone. But I just feel so alone. I could just use a hug right now. And I've never been at this stage before. Of just ultimate surrender to God. Like, just, there's love everywhere, you know, but I can't feel any of it. So, anyway, I'm sure no one will listen to this, and that's cool, but I'm still gonna post it, because why not? Why not? I have a voice, and God gave it to me. I love it. I love my voice. I love what I have to say. And I want to post it and let the chips fall where they may, you know? I have no shame anymore. There is no embarrassment in talking like this. In fact, my true twin, whoever he is, or she, at this point, like, shit, I don't even know. They would feel so excited to open up vulnerably to the world as well. This wouldn't be something to be ashamed of. This would be something he would be excited about. Hearing my true heart like this, it would just make him so happy, you know? And I know that hearing other people open up like this would just make me so happy. Like, I wish more people would be open and talk about their real, true problems. Like, just, I don't know, show the world that humanity exists still, you know? In a world of AI and robots, like, can we just try to be fucking humans? Like, that'd be great. I don't need anybody to fix me. I don't need you to come and save in the day. Just maybe, like, a prayer for me would be good. Maybe, like, somebody could reach out to me in a dream and just hug me. You know? That'd be great. You know? That'd be so nice. I've just never felt so alone before. And I can't tell why I feel this way. When there's so many people around, more people than have been around in 11 years. I have more people around me now. And I feel more alone than ever. And I miss him. I miss my real, true, divine counterpart. And I think that I don't think I'm doing okay without him. And I hate that I say that. I hate it. Because I tell so many women, like, girls, we should be doing so well on our own, right? We have to be independent. We have to thrive, and we have to crush it. But at the end of the day, admitting that you want and need something is not a weakness. I kind of want him like I want oxygen anymore. I hate being this vulnerable. I don't like being like this. It leaves you in a state of susceptibility. Like, people can really take shots at you like this, you know? But I also know that if I met somebody like me, open and vulnerable and real, I'd want to be friends with them. So I don't care if I get attacked for being this soft and open and expressive. I know what day it is on the planet. I know what time it is. I want to go home. I don't want to be here anymore. Not like here. I just don't want to be here in hell. I don't want to feel miserable. I want to be truthful, and I want to be honest, and I want to be expressive, and I want to share my truth. This is my truth. Take it or leave it. The reason I'm depressed lately is because I really miss the guy that I haven't talked to since December. Nobody has ever made me feel so heard and valued and just like understood, you know? But he makes me do so much work on myself. He makes me grow so much, and I'm just kind of like over it. I'm over the growth period, you know? I'm over it. Can I just like settle for a while? I'm tired of growing. I've got growing pains, and I'm tired. Like, what if I don't want to work for the collective? What if I don't want to work for humanity, you know? What if I instead just kind of want to, I don't know, binge out on Twinkies all day and like play video games and buy a new house and a white picket fence and just like pop out a couple of kids and like live my life like that? Can't I just do that? Like, can we bypass the whole I need to talk about aliens and demons and perform exorcisms with my twin flame and stuff? Like, can I skip past that? Because that shit's a little too intense for me. But I know that I've been called to do something pretty big. And I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just today talking about how I love Damon. And it's maybe not the most like safe thing for me to say. Because, you know, I don't want to break anybody's heart, but that is the truth. Anyway, I'm pretty sure by this point I've lost everybody and I've lost the plot. So I am pretty sure no one is listening to this. But that is okay, because you know what? I feel better. I feel better. And at the end of the day, isn't that what it's all about? Aren't we all trying to just find happiness and peace? And sometimes hearing myself think is exactly how I find said peace. So I love you guys, and I thank you for listening, and maybe one day you can hear me talk a little bit about how happy I am that I solved my problems and I don't feel lonely anymore. Thank you for being here, and I love you. I love you. I love whoever listened. Maybe you got to the end. Maybe you did. I'd really love to know if anybody did make it to the end, and if you maybe want to email me. Wow. If you've made it to the end and I really, like, you would know my soul at this point. Like, I just bared my soul for almost an hour. Like, if you've made it, can you please email me? Because I really want to know who you are. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.